Hi, everyone. This is John Girardi from Right to Life of Central California, giving you the Right to Life Minute, our preview of what we're going to be talking about this Saturday on Right to Life Radio. You can catch Right to Life Radio, again, every Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. on Powertalk 96.7 and AM 1400. You can also listen to the show as a podcast on Apple Podcast and the Stitcher Podcast app. You can also watch the whole show as a video on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/righttolifeca. Today on the show, we're going to talk about the Javier Becerra nomination to HHS. Jonathan Keller has some cool information for us from Senator Tom Cotton and Senator Steve Daines about that nomination. We'll talk about why it's bad. We'll talk a little bit about what is driving the Democratic Party towards its pro-abortion stance, how the influence of certain key Democrat donor groups is pushing the Democratic Party in a more and more radical direction when it comes to abortion. And to end the show, we will do a quick review of the best new book on abortion that I've read in a long time. This is a book written by Carter Snead, called What It Means to Be Human. And it's published by Harvard University Press. It's a great book that basically talks about how the way we think about humanity, the way we incorrectly think about humanity, through the lens of expressive individualism, that we are important as human beings when we can actualize our desires and dreams and hopes, that when we can make forward-thinking plans for ourselves, that's when we are most human, that this is actually kind of a wrong-headed way of thinking about human beings, and that it leads to bad public policy outcomes when it comes to abortion, end-of-life issues, assistive reproductive technologies. The focus that Professor Snead has is on the body, that human beings are creatures made up of bodies that exist on what he calls a spectrum of disability. Basically, we enter the world weak and disabled as babies. We may have weaknesses and disabilities later on in life through accident or illness, and we may end our lives as weak and disabled, imposing burdens on other people, but also having to accept burdens from other people through natural ties and bonds and relationships, such as, for example, that between mother and child. And he talks about how not understanding that, the necessity that if my parents get ill and sick, I might have to take care of them, even though I never asked for that burden or that obligation. When I get ill or sick, my kids might have to take care of me, even though they may have never asked for that. If my wife and I conceive a child that we didn't expect, we still have to take care of that child, even though we didn't expect it. Those kind of natural burdens are a simple reality of human life and are totally not expressed at all or thought about at all or considered at all in the various Supreme Court decisions surrounding abortion, in a lot of American law relating to end-of-life issues, and a lot of American non-regulation of assistive reproductive technologies. So anyway, What It Means to Be Human, The Case for the Body in Public Bioethics by Carter Snead. Highly endorse it. Really encourage you all to buy it and read it. It's legible for a popular audience. You don't have to be a lawyer to understand it. We'll be talking about it in more depth on the show. And again, encourage you to buy it. Thank you all so much, and we'll talk to you next time.